Another great day to draft. The last video, I was talking about how I was excited to join Flock's underdog draft and just missed it. It opens up for us today. We're out here on vacation. We just moved into school. We got our last day here on the lakeside, beach side. We gotta check out in a little over an hour. So until then, let's come on over and join the Flock community contest. $10 from the account. This video, I specifically wanted to talk about the guy who could single-handedly beat all my teams. There might be a few more players I decided to talk about similar to this topic, but the focused player, Kieran Williams, could single-handedly be the player that takes down all my teams this year. I don't know if I've drafted him once. I'm a little more skeptical than maybe I should be, but I want to get into it today in this draft. When we're getting around that range and some ranges of other guys too who will be honorable mentions, I want to talk about the reasons why these guys actually could take down my teams, and I'm actually okay with that. I'm still not drafting any other players. So this is the Flock lobby. Oh, wow. And I'm like, bruh, we'll have the Destined lobby 2 years. All right, come on, boys. Y'all got to fill up the Flock's lobby. Y'all disrespecting. Oh, dude, we're waiting on 2. Please, come on, boys. Join up. Everyone who joins the Destined lobby in 2 years from now, you'll have to fill up faster than this. Do not let people sit around and waste time waiting for the draft lobby to come on, main slum. Let's go! It's full! What pick do we get? 7 first Bijan stocks! This is why I'm okay with guys like Kieran Williams taking down every one of my teams. We're taking any of Amon-Ra, Breece Hall, or Bijan. Wow, what the? Breece has moved to the 7-1? Y'all are tripping. Letting guys like me and Flock influence you way too much. We don't actually know shit. Yo, do I know any of these names? Chef. Wow, I know Chef. Chef is supposedly some fucking big dog. Here we go, boys. Lock the fuck in. Flock's draft. Mason Dodd, thank you for having the draft lobby for me. I'm gonna come take some money now. CMC goes 1. Come on, boys. Let's freaking fly through this draft. Kill goes 2. Look at the narratives changing. Who are we getting at 7? It should be Bijan goes at 3. Are we serious? Are we gonna have to end up with another Breece? Breece goes at 4. Give me CD. Tell me why I already saw this. For some reason, CD at 7 should never happen. Come on, Flock. Start getting scared. CD's my 1. Wow, you're gonna auto get CD. You're a bum. All right, the only guy I actually want here is Amon-Ra, but I'll take Chase or Jet. But let me get Amon-Ra St. Brown. Wide receiver 3 on the season. He will do us justice. So now, I mean, this draft is going to be another good example of why we're never getting Kieran. Just drafting in this later position, we're going to be at pick 18 and then not back up until 31. Kieran will go in between those. I'm not taking Kieran at 18 because I personally have Derrick Henry and Pacheco over Kieran. So that's a big reason why I'm never really getting him, because people would have had to reach for him to be the guy on the board that I'm taking, even though I know the upside he could have. Last year, seeing him locked in his name at the start of the year, picked him up off waivers, he was just explosive. I just think they had to use him more than his skill should get used. So they bring in Corum, and it's like, we'll see how much they feel they need him. If they do what they did last year, he'll beat almost every one of my teams. But we're up next, probably my favorite receiver, which I almost said Debo, but maybe Devontae. All right, dude. We're just going. Once again, y'all have seen me get way too much take in like all the drafts on this channel. But it's okay, bro. Like when you're getting Amon-Ra, like you can have say, you already know he's getting his 100th touchdown this year, blah, blah, blah. He's on the Destined team. Don't overthink. 10 picks away. Yeah, this is the beach we at. Freezing. Morning cold plunges. Pick 7, we start with Amon-Ra. 3 picks away. If we can get an RB here like a D-Hen, never have a problem with it. But even if like a D-Hen doesn't work out, you know, a guy like Josh Jacobs can always be your RB1. Up next, and we still got some wide receivers I like. And we will make the dream come true again with the DK wide receiver 3 team. I don't think that we just got that team in the last draft and we're done with that. No, holy shit. Am I taking DK or D-Hen? Boys, we're taking DK. One of these teams will fulfill the dream and make us the money from advancing a playoff round. The playoff round advancement is big money. I like that my last 2 teams had DK wide receiver 3. 7 picks away, that's what we're looking like. We're right in the middle. So Amon-Ra, Devontae Adams, DK Metcalf. Sounds pretty powerful to me. In 5 picks, we're looking for any of Laporta, Kelsey, and then we're gonna hope Jacobs at the next pick, I guess. But if we don't get one of them, we'll take Jacobs now and one of Mandrews or Kincaid at the next, which might be the smart play. Let's see, we're up next, so we can get one of Laporta or Kelsey, but I don't think we could get Jacobs at the next pick, which means we got all these tight ends on the board. Let's go lock up our RB1, Josh Jacobs, and then we're gonna hope for our RB2 being being K9 or Joe Mix or D-Mont. Any of them three can be our RB2. Oh, I don't even know if that'll make it to us. I don't know. Let's see. Oof. Right now we're 11 picks away, hoping one of the tight ends makes it. There goes Laporta and McBride. 7 picks away. We just are praying for one of Kelsey, Mandrews, Kincaid, and the run starts because there goes Laporta, McBride, and Kelsey. Good thing is, you got a team that's powerful like this with your DK wide receiver 3. You're not going to need a super powerful tight end. You can make a system of tight ends work. But we're 4 picks away with 2 on the board, Mandrews or Kincaid, and you'll know who my favorite is. Dude, Worthy shoots up boards nowadays. There goes Kincaid. Let's get our Mandrews. One of the guys we want and haven't gotten enough of, Mark Andrews is one of them, and we still haven't gotten any. 2 picks away, he's next on the board. Let me have him. Please, no autos, dude. There goes Mandrews. Okay, so we're not getting one of the tight ends unless we took Kittle. But I have no problem getting Jake Ferg. Y'all know that about me. So we're going to lock in our RB2. I want a little AR here. Just feels explosive. It feels like a good little thing for the team. It doesn't have any correlation, at least right now. But the thing is, I feel that at my next pick, 11 picks away, I should get one of K9, Mix, or Monty. And I felt like I liked adding that piece to my team. I don't have as much AR as he could win, even though he's literally, Vegas projects him to get hurt. So, you know, they know more than we do. But K9 goes, we're 7 picks away looking for Mix or Mont as our RB2. If we don't get one of them, it might have been a mistake. As long as we get one of them, that could work. And like, don't get it twisted, we're gonna get Goff as our QB2, stacked with Amon-Ra as our backup fill-in when AR is hurt. But in the meantime, 2 picks away. There goes Joe Mix. This can't be D-Mont, ideally, and we're good. Thank you. All right. So we get David Montgomery at our RB2, and for those of y'all who know, I mean, go Lions. We're a Lions fan. Lions are coming to the Super Bowl. I've felt undervalued on David Montgomery all year. I think, one, they're going to change less than people think. Like, bro, we're going to run the rock. We have the best rushing offense in the league, and Gibbs, first off, is a second year now, who's super explosive and is dealing with minimal hamstring injuries before the season starts. You know what the most important thing is. We're making it to the Super Bowl. You're going to have to not push his workload. Going at the end of round 1 as the turn, you want guys whose workloads are getting tested. They're getting pushed. I think David Montgomery is going to get more touches than people expect because of the fade-off that happened at the end of last year. Bro, that's just getting ready for playoff time. We're going to do that same thing. The year's going to look the same. David Montgomery will be one of the most undervalued RBs in the league. Having only Jacobs and Montgomery, though, I definitely at least want 4 RBs with this build. And depending on the situation, like, you know, we're getting Jerome Ford and Chuba, we might end up with a 5th, just based off where we go. In the meantime, we've got AR. Hopefully we'll pair with Goff. We got Jacobs and Montgomery. And we got Amon-Ra, Tay, and DK. We're going to need to look at a tight end when Jake Ferg comes along, but we also got to make sure we're getting our Jerome Fords in every draft and etc. Probably won't end up with J-Mo in this one, even though I told you to draft him in every draft, just because we're probably getting Ferg. But if there's nobody more we want than Ferg, right, it's like we could actually get around the clock. And how many picks away will we be? I don't know, 7? It'd be risky not taking Ferg here. I say we take Ferg and we only get J-Mo if he somehow fell. We're 10 picks away. I just bet somebody would have taken their tight end, especially Ferg. And I like that. I think Ferg could be one of the most underrated tight ends for the season too. I think he's the only tight end after that top 5, after the big 5. Porta, Kelsey, Kincaid, McBride, Mandrews could slip into that range and can really keep up with those guys, just because, like, bro, we know Dallas has nothing. That's why everyone's projecting CD another 400-point year. If people weren't projecting that, Tyreek would go over him, and Tyreek would go 1 in a lot of drafts, as he should, per the Tyreek whisperer. So J-Mo already goes. It's okay. That's why we said he was one purely to the bias in the last video of guys I draft in every draft. So the realist answer was Jerome Ford, as well as Chuba, who we hadn't drafted yet, but we're going to try to in damn near every draft. And the bonus, Okonkwo. So all guys we should be getting in this draft. Right here, wow, Hollywood falls all the way. Pick 90 here. I wouldn't have had a problem with Joe Burr, but probably just looking for a wide receiver. Maybe with some early season value, like Curtis. I don't know how I'm getting him again, but another one we've talked about of guys I wanted and haven't gotten enough of. Curtis could be a great early season point scorer. As long as you get your stuff figured out by the end of the year, you know, a guy like that is valuable. He gives you the time to figure it out. The guys we're still gonna need: Jerome Ford, Chuba, all late players. So outside of that, potentially one more tight end, potentially one more RB. Oh, and Goff. So let's find them. Goff, 124. Okay, which means we're going to take Ford first at 120. This shit keeps rising, bro. And it's just going to keep rising. Goff, 124. So we'll Ford around early. We'll take Goff next, and then we'll take Ocon. And there will be some players in between those guys. In the meantime, going forward, Chig. Why do we not get Chuba? Or Ocon? Jeez, so difficult. Alright, back to the focus. We're up next at pick 103, with our next pick being 114, which is where we'll take Ford. So what do we want now? I wouldn't be opposed to an Njoku here. Okay, Njoku by the skin of our teeth. We're building up a good setup. We're going to have a 3 tight end build with Jake Ferg, Njoku, and Okonkwo, and that's going to work out well, along with these beast wide receivers. And we didn't get our 5th by round 8 like the stat says from last year, but that's okay, especially when you fill in the dream team with DK wide receiver 3. 6 picks away, reaching for Ford at 114. He should not go before 114, and if he does, we'll start reaching on him earlier than that. Jared Goff then hopefully makes it to... I might have screwed myself. I don't know if I really needed Njoku, because I could have just taken Ford then. It's just a tough position for me to get Ford and Goff. Goff's going to need to fall 3 picks, and I feel like it could happen, but it's definitely no guarantee. And without Goff as the QB2 for this team, you might find yourself slim with AR. But either way, I mean, Purdy is next on the board, which would be just as good as Goff, maybe not better. And he's available, but I can't miss out on Jerome Ford. He's 127 and will not make it. So we take Jerome Ford, RB3, same buy as Jacobs. And now, at 127, Purdy will probably never fall that far, but hopefully he's falling alongside Goff, and Goff can make it to us. 11 more picks away. But also, like, the reality is, T-Law and Tua could work as our QB2. And Herb. Like, we'll be okay. We'll get one of these QB2s. Somebody reaches on Cousins before any of those QBs right after Purdy. I don't know how I feel about that. 4 picks away. Goff's leading our queue. Do these 3 teams have their QBs? Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes. I mean, unless they want Goff as a backup, he wants Jacob. Let us get Goff, man. Feel good about it. Should be able to make it to as our backup. Pick 127. Come on. Add a 9. Dude, I'm so excited to, like, put my name in the books. King Solaire against these big dogs like Chef. Jared Goff will take you over T-Law and Tua. Super Bowl attending quarterback. Backup? That gonna work. Stacked with Amon-Ra, stacked with Demont. And now in the meantime, Chuba's bye is week 11, that gonna work. So what do we want next? We got some time now. We can fill in somebody. 150, so we're gonna, we might not get Chuba if we don't pick him at this pick, because that's exactly his ADP, 150.3 and we're 151, especially if people are reaching on him more. And in a draft like this, I bet somebody's got an eye on him. I'm taking Chuba a whole round early. 12 picks before ADP. Taking Chuba. And whoever is available after that will be what we fill our team with. But this will set us up with, wow, only 4 wide receivers by the time of our 2 QBs, 4 RBs, and 2 tight ends. So we're going to fill the rest of our room after Chuba here with the wide receivers and Chig as our last tight ends. And that'll be the squad. And of course, don't worry, if somebody takes Chuba, we'll take JK. He's also on the Destined team. We just don't need it for buys. Cool. Chuba. Another one. Just give us points at the start of the season. Now we got our bye situation figured out. We probably got all the RBs we're going to need. The last RB I'm willing to draft in every draft is Chuba. The last tight end I'm willing to draft in every draft is Okonkwo. We're getting both of those guys. Ford has to be drafted around early in every draft. So in 7 picks, down stacked with AR is about to be amazing. We need it. Ricky P. I could take Bucky. That'd be the only way we had a 5th RB. McMillan or QJ. Like a bunch of guys we'll just fill this team with, but nobody crazy. So in the meantime, leading the board, we're needing our downs. Please don't take him. Thank you, Josh Downs. Miss next 4 to 6 weeks? The fuck happens? That's crazy. I'll find out later. Like, what happened to Josh Downs? Either way, I think he'll be a great explosive piece, especially stacked with AR. That'll be nice, bro. Now 7 picks away. We're looking for any of these wide receivers. The first one available, and we're doing that 2-3 times before we take Chig as the second to last round pick, most likely. We'll see. All right, hopefully he just takes Thielen so I can have Ricky P. So do we want Thielen or Ricky P? Thielen has bye week 11. We don't have anybody there. I'm not gonna lie. Ricky P. So we miss our pick. I knew Chig shouldn't be at the top of the queue any longer. But it's okay. We're just going to miss one wide receiver, and we'll still get all the same guys besides one. Play so, especially in a world where we could have guaranteed one of them. Now we might get neither. But I think it's going to be okay because I really didn't need to make that choice. If we can get one of them, even though they're second and third left on the board, and we're 8 picks away, it might be tough. We might have sold there. Not that deep, but definitely could have sold. But at least like we're really putting respect on Okonkwo's name. Like in this draft, we can show y'all, yeah, we drafted Okonkwo in the 14th. And all of a sudden we're 3 picks away, and Thielen and Pearsall are still second and third on the board. Now first and second. Let me get one of them. Both of y'all just don't take both. And then I'm not mad about the Okonkwo 5-round reach at all. And we get both of them falling to us. And like I decided at the very end, I did want Pearsall over Thielen because I'm looking for some playoff bounce. It feels tough taking Pearsall when you actually now think Ayuk's gonna get re-signed. Pearsall is the wide receiver 3 behind Debo, and Ayuk really can't do that much. He could have a couple weeks, but that would put Thielen above him. It's an interesting situation. I mean, if somehow Thielen now falls all the way to the end of the next round, that'd be insane, and I'd love it, but that shouldn't happen. Also, Chuba being the last RP that I'm okay taking is not true. I'll still take guys like Kamani, but he's probably the last one. And that's like, if I didn't have him in my dynasty, I don't even know if I would say take him. He goes to pick there, and Thielen makes it to us. So a crazy ADP game where we get Thielen 30 picks after ADP, putting our name on the block. So the last 2 picks, sweet, are just going to be Mac Hollins and Ryan Flournoy. I honestly think somebody would take Flournoy in this draft. So let's take him this round and Mac for our last round pick. And that is just one other example of why guys like Kieran Williams are guys that could single-handedly take down all my teams. And I'm okay with it. When I'm coming out with drafts like this where Jacobs is even my RB1, DeMont, Jerome Ford, and Chuba filling the rest of the RB room, and we come away with such powerful wide receivers like this, and then even AR, like bro, Amon-Ra, Tay, DK wide receiver 3, y'all know that story. Then fill it with Curtis, Downs, Pearsall, and Thielen. 2 more coming. It's 9 wide receivers, a 2-4-9-3 with a strong tight end build of Ferg, Njoku, and Okonkwo. Like, I can actually promise you that as a system will work pretty well. Are their ADPs any different? Flournoy's going later. It seems like Flournoy goes actually less frequently than Mac Hollins, which seems kind of crazy. Maybe I should be taking Mac first, but I really don't think they should take either of them. And when you ask me which one, dealing with knee issues, well, that'll change my answer. When you ask me which one, Mac Hollins. I don't need to deal with knee injuries if I don't have to. We'll get Flournoy in the last pick. And that'll be a wrap to the Flock draft. Mason Dodd, respect to you. You got your lobby. We'll have our lobby in 2-3 years, the Destined lobby. Everyone who's here, bookmark it now. 2 to 3 years, the Destined lobby will come out, and hopefully we can have a great community just like this. 1 entry per lobby, Destined Draft 2.0, when we're drafting in our own lobby. That'll be fire. Last pick coming up, we just want to get Flournoy. Guys like Cowingo, Gino. And bro, this is a beast team. You get Anthony Richardson and Goff stacked with the RBs of Jacobs, Monty, Ford, and Chuba. All 4 of them have been in a video. Or I guess we haven't made our most undervalued players yet, so David Montgomery hasn't. But 4 RBs we have talked about. 2 quarterbacks we have talked about. I know we don't talk about AR too much just because he goes kind of early, but he's got the explosion and upside to win you leagues. A stacked wide receiver room. You start with Amon-Ra, Tay, DK, and take a little break, filling the rest with Curtis Samuel, Downs, Pearsall, Thielen, Hollins, and Flournoy. That doesn't sound like explosion. I don't know what does, especially when you're playoff time. And it's Amon-Ra, Tay, DK, just filling the wide receivers. Tight ends, Ferg, Njoku, Okonkwo. Sounds like a beast team. Great place to get it done. We're in the Flock drafts. We didn't get to get in it for the last video, all for purpose. We're in it on this one. Very happy with how that turned out. And I'd say keep your lookout for King Solaire. So boys, that is the draft. We got it done. We're putting our name on the block. King Solaire is coming to take a little more money and get a little more recognition. Fantasy Destined has got you another draft. A few more videos coming up before the season starts, boys. Lock it in. It's Destiny.